guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I will be sharing a recipe for Guyanese okra and saltfish with dal. This is going to be so good, and to get started, here I have my chopped okra. I'll be using some pollock saltfish, but you can use any saltfish that you like. I already washed the salted fish, and I have here some green seasoning, half of a lemon, some onions, tomatoes, scallions, cilantro, garlic. I have complete seasoning, chicken bouillon, and black pepper. So let's start by making the dal first and get that out of the way. Here I have my split peas. I already soaked it for about 6 hours, and I'll be using some green onions, some garlic, some more garlic and peppers. I have onions. I'll be using some curry powder and turmeric. I have ground geera, better known as cumin. I'll be using complete seasoning, mushroom seasoning. I have some whole cumin here, or geera, seasoned salt, and black pepper. In a medium-sized saucepan, I did add about 1 tablespoon of oil, and now I'll add my onions, garlic, peppers, and my green onions. I will allow them to go for about a minute or so. Next, we'll go ahead and add our split peas here. Then we'll add our, curry powder, turmeric, cumin, seasonings. We'll add all that stuff. Basically, you're just adding everything else. And we'll add some water here. And we will allow this to boil until the peas are super tender to where they are very mushy. You want them mushy because we're making kind of a sauce or like a soup. That's the consistency you're looking for. So as soft as you can get the peas, allow them to boil. Then I'll show you guys the next step. After about 45 minutes, I think the peas are now, to the texture that I would like. So what I like to do is go in here with my hand blender. Or if you have a masher, like a regular hand masher, you can go in and mash your peas until it is nice and smooth. You want this to a nice smooth texture and consistency. Or you can pour your peas into a blender and just blend it. So once your peas is to a nice smooth texture and consistency, we'll now move on to the last step. This is called chunkay in the dal, and you cannot skip this step. If you don't do this, then it's not called dal. You will just have a pot of split pea soup. This is what makes the dish what it really is. This last step right here. So in a small frying pan, I did add about 2 tablespoons of oil, and now I will add my whole geera or cumin and the chopped garlic. We will let this roast or toast until it reaches a nice golden brown. You don't want to burn it. This is the color we're looking for. Now you want to pour it into the dal and close the lid for about a minute or so. When you open, you want to give it a good stir, and that's it. That's how simple it is to make this dish. And it can be eaten with a number of different things. You can have it with some roti, rice, curry, different types of fried vegetables. It could also be drunk on its own like a soup. And that's the beauty about this. Now let's move on to the next dish. So here I have my salted fish in a medium-sized pot with some water, and we are going to boil this for about 10 to 15 minutes. Once it's boiled, we'll drain the water, add clean water, and allow it to boil for 10 to 15 minutes a second time. Once the saltfish is done boiling, we have got rid of most of the salt in the saltfish by boiling it twice. Now I will just take a fork and break it up just a little bit. Now this kind of saltfish is super delicate. So you can't handle it too much or too rough. So you have to be very gentle with this. So I will break it up a little bit and I will add some lemon juice just to cut some of that rank smell. And then we will add the green seasoning. Now because this is salted fish, you don't want to add those seasonings with a lot of sodium in them. My green seasoning is very natural and it can season this without adding any added salt to the salted fish. So we'll add the green seasoning, the lemon juice, and we'll set this aside. So in a preheated pot, I did add about 2 tablespoons of oil, and now I'll add my onions, tomatoes, I'll add the garlic, green onions, cilantro, and we'll give it a good mix. We'll let them go for about 2 to 3 minutes. Next, we'll add our okra. Then we'll add the seasonings to add flavor and taste from jump to this dish. Now, a lot of people have different ways how they cook okra, in order to get rid of the sliminess. Personally, I don't mind the sliminess, but what I like to do to get rid of that is just not overcrowd my pot. I would usually cook okra in a big enough pot where it's not overcrowding. Now, when you overcrowd your pot, it creates moisture in the okra, which creates the slime. So if the okra isn't getting any moisture, it will not create any slime, and you won't, that's my way how I do it. Another thing is to not over stir your okra. Like stirring it up a lot, that will create the moisture and obviously you will get a lot of slime. You want to just gently flip it, like go in and flip what's at the bottom onto the top and let what's at the top go to the bottom. And you want to do this like every 8 minutes or so, just to make sure that the okra isn't burning at the bottom and that everything is being cooked evenly. And that's what you want to continue to do until the okra reaches your desired texture and how you like it. Some people like it really dry and burnt, like a burnt kind of look, and some like it moist. So because my salted fish was very delicate and I didn't have a firm saltfish, like usually when I'm cooking like a cut saltfish or so that's very firm, I will add it in the beginning and let it cook along with the okra. But because this one is very delicate and easy to break apart, I didn't want it to turn to mush in the dish. So I'm now adding it in at the end, and we'll let this cook for about 5 to 8 minutes and we'll be all done. And lastly, we'll add some fresh green onions, and that's it. This is my version of okra and saltfish. It is one of my absolute favorites. I really love this dish, and this is it. This is how I make a super delicious okra and saltfish and dal. Now I will plate everything up and show you guys the finished product. So I did pair my dal, okra and saltfish up with some plain white rice and some hot pepper sauce. When I tell you guys, it was so delicious. I truly enjoyed it. It was prepared for just me because my family isn't into the okra. So, I really enjoy this, and I hope you guys give the recipe a try. If you enjoy my video, please give it a thumbs up, share it, leave a comment down below, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button for me. I will be leaving all my ingredients and measurements down in the description box, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Have a good day and enjoy!